All right, I think I'm live. Anyway, I'm just working on a burner here, a little custom one for a little intro video or whatever. So I don't know if this drill press is going to be too loud. So I'm going to try it, and if it's loud, hopefully someone shows up and they can tell me. But anyway, I had my fence set up, and I was just going along drilling a few rows here. And now I'm getting into the section there where I'm going to freehand the rest of the letters out. I don't know if anybody's in there. If you could tell me if this is too loud, let me know. I don't have a lot left to do on it, so see. So my burner tube is just a piece of 2 inch by 1 inch tube, and I got the end cap there. So I just sharpied on my name, and I'm just drilling it out. Uh, I got a 3/32 bit, I believe, in there. Hey, Scrooge, buddy, welcome in. How's it going? Merry Christmas. How's that drill press sound? Is that too loud? I'm not sure if I can adjust the volume or not, but just working on a new burner here for a little intro video or whatever. Okay, you can't hear it. Perfect. I guess noise canceling is taking care of that. Awesome. Yeah, I got this square tube. I got the end capped. I don't know if you see my last video where I made a griddle. I did a few burners on it, but I just had the idea to do one with my name for the intro. So I'm gonna get this drilled out and then we can light it up, and I got a few other burners I'm gonna demo here as well. But shouldn't take long. I had my fence set up and just kind of went along the fence and did all the ones on the top and the ones on the bottom just to get those nice and straight. And then I went along the middle with my fence. So these lines in the middle should be pretty tight. And now I just got a bit of freehand in just to fill in the rest there. V's done. Finished the E here. Fancy, yeah, man, for sure. I just started playing with burners a couple weeks ago, and it's like it's pretty cool. You can do cursive writing or you can do whatever you want, right? So I've been thinking about getting into making some custom barbecue pits and stuff for people, and then trying to do custom burners in there. I just kind of marked out an inch and a half spacing there. That's what those lines are. And then I just kind of freehanded my letters in there. But if you had like a stencil, one of those label makers or something where you could print the design with the whole patterns in it, that'd be pretty slick. One of those Cricut vinyl cutters or whatever. Try not to go too hard because this it's kind of a fine bit. So I've broken a couple already. Not well, I broke one in here, but yeah, it's super annoying. Been doing some lives on TikTok. Open a full-time refining shop. 10%, man, it still stands. Yeah, I mean, we're doing all right here. I had kind of a crappy year. I blew my back out earlier and not been able to work. Because I need my back for work. I do tree work, so I spent most of the summer just lying on the floor. But it's been feeling pretty good lately. I've been spending a lot more time out here at least and trying to keep moving. Hopefully be back at it in the spring. Or unless, something else. I'm starting to think more about doing custom castings or whatever for trying to sell stuff maybe and that way I can work and not need a back, right? So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, man, it was brutal. I spent like all summer lying on the floor. I'm just gonna finish this S off here. Yeah, I did a couple burners and I had a slower speed on my drill and I broke a few bits and it was annoying. It took a long time, but so I just went on Google and asked, what's the drill speed for this size bit, and it gives you the answer. So then I could adjust my drill press to that speed, and it's doing really well. So I kind of felt stupid about not knowing that earlier. Yeah, see, if you sign with me at 10%, I could have made you a Scrooge burner, you know. But for 3%, I don't know. Yeah, I got a couple. Well, I don't know if you've seen my last video, but I'm working on a new griddle as well, so that's kind of why I'm been messing around. So when I get this drilled out, I'm gonna switch the camera here and show the new griddle off and a few different burners. Definitely learned a lot playing with them in the last little while, but it's super easy when you kind of figure it out. This tube I drilled out before, I got a bunch of different holes in it, so I'll have to just tape them over and grab the other burner. This is the burner from the thumbnail. Um, I just did single row up around, wrapped it around the end, so you can just light it here, and the flames just travel around. I could have did a better job on the spacing, but it looks pretty cool when it's lit up in the dark for sure. You see, there's a broken bit there on that one. I don't know if there's any more on this guy, just the one. Goes pretty quick. Um, I don't know how many holes it is. But couple left to do. That should be it. Try firing this up now. So some of the spacing, I know when I light it, there's some big gaps so it won't travel across. So I might have to, like, if I want it to light it in one spot and have it travel, I'll have to like maybe add a couple little holes here and there wherever it might look good. But anyway, I'll fire this guy up on your spot. Yeah, so for my nozzle here, I just got a propane regulator off a barbecue this time. Try it out, and it just goes. I got a barb fitting to connect it here, an adapter to get to some 1/4 inch pipe. There's a valve, another 1/4 inch pipe, and a cap. And then I just got a nipple from a MIG tip, a MIG gun, welder gun in there as a orifice. Get this open here. Oh, it's already open. Yeah. And then the burner just slides in there like that. If I was gonna run it like full time, I'd find a way to attach it. But for testing, all you have to do is poke that nipple in there like that. Okay, get better set up here. It's not too bad. Grab a lighter here and fire it up. Oh, I kind of forgot this tube is drilled out on the other side as well, so I need to plug those holes. I'll probably stick some weld on it later, but for now I can use some tape. The tube gets hot, but it'll be fine for a couple minutes. There you go. Get a little closer. So I got it wide open. Wife says I can get one. I must. I could probably hook you up with a deal. But yeah, so I got just a propane regulator on there that I took off a barbecue, just for free. Couple little fittings. Um, yeah, it works good. So that's wide open there. And I gotta grab a camera here. So the valve here, the flow control valve, I can I can tune it down. You can tune it down pretty low. Ooh, nice to have a camera. Oop, little malfunction there for a second. Not sure what happened. Might have been some gas getting out of the holes. Try it again. Yeah, pretty simple. Like I say you could turn it down pretty low, right? It's not bad. So that was that burner. I got making a furnace for the shop. Yeah. You want to do a propane furnace or right on? Yeah, you'll have to DM me if you need any questions or anything. But it's pretty simple. Like even on your barbecue, it's on your barbecue is basically just a tube that the orifice sticks into, and this is a I'm using a square tube, but makes it nicer for drilling out, right? But like this one where the with the line holes, you fire this guy on there. If you have the holes all in a line, you could use a barbecue igniter and just light it from one spot, and then they'll travel around. So, and this burner is pretty good too. I could tune it down pretty deep, pretty low, like that, or you can crank it up a bit. That's a lot of power there. But I've been thinking about doing like propane fire tables, coffee table things you can put on your coffee table or whatever, right? So you can do it with your the spacing and the number of holes. The less holes you have, it seems like the less holes you have, the more less it draws, and you get more of a yellow flame. I'll just show you this one. Here's one I did for Mike, but I just got to cover these holes. I don't have any more square tube lying around, so I've been kind of like drilling both sides, and it's a bit annoying. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for some more tubing. I see on video on YouTube a lot of guys use round pipe, which works good too, but I like the square stuff because you can put it in your drill press and not gonna roll around on you and stuff. Like this one here is just what do we got? 15 holes. They're a little bigger. I oversized them a bit too. But 15 holes versus maybe 100 holes in this. Yeah, just the camera. You can see how that would work good on a propane fire pit or, a little fire table, something you're not cooking on, just something for a bit of light and a bit of heat, right? And that's just with the low pressure propane barbecue regulator that I cut off a barbecue. And again, you can turn that down to candles, right? Just like that. Very little gas flowing through there. Tune it down or crank it up. But you see how yellow the flame is, right? It's not a good one for cooking on. But the more holes you add, the bluer it burns. So that's that one. Here's the here's the scrap stone. My little The wife wanted to buy a Blackstone griddle, and I was like, "Ugh, I don't know if we'll use it right that often," but I ended up making my own out of scrap metal, so I call it scrap stone. There's that. Turn it down low. Or crank it up. I made this burner. It's a long one. Single 1 inch tube. 1 inch tube. Hello to you, Raphael. What up, buddy? You're just in time for some cooking. I'm just demoing some burners. This is the new burner for my griddle I've been working on. Grab that thing. Got my cabbage rolls in the oven. Nice. This is the new griddle I made for my wood stove mainly. Fits perfect on the wood stove. But it's just here. Just a piece of 5 inch C channel, and I welded some C clamps on the end to cap it. Make it make some legs. So I made that burner. This burner, I tried using this burner on it, but it was a bit short. So I ended up doing the long burner. We can actually I gotta adjust this a bit. I cooked a couple burgers in there last night. I didn't do a good job cleaning it up, obviously. It's cold here. It's -8, -8 C. So I'm not sure what that is. And anyway, that's it. Burner goes to full length. Uh, what do you think? Well, does the end need to be open where the gas enters? Yeah, no, it should be open because that's where it draws air. So let me take this off. I can kind of show you. Turn up the light here. Yeah, so I watched a lot of burner videos, and the guys are like, they buy these uh Venturi things that they put on a pipe so they can control the air. But I don't think it's necessary personally, because just an open pipe just does the job. But like if you I could just slide this in a bit here. And if I start capping the air off, you see how yellow it goes? And if I start giving it, so I basically using the full open tube. What I'd probably do is make a little bracket to connect the nozzle to the pipe. I've been playing around with it. I mean, you could I think you could, let me see if I can find that burner. I think you could like you probably could cap it off and have a nozzle in there, but and then drill some holes in the sides. I was playing around with adding holes when I first started because I didn't realize what was happening. But but yeah, if you can, you typically for a heater, I don't think you really need to control the air because it'll pull as much air as it needs when it's burning. And you see it when it has like when there's less holes, when there's less holes like this guy, it doesn't seem to pull as much air, so it burns yellow. But then as you add holes, it's burning more fuel, it'll pull more air. That's all I can figure. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, like do it again here if I just kind of try and choke the air off. You see it goes yellow. So if you're doing a barbecue or a heater, you don't need to control the air. So even if like this guy, you know, it's a pretty big opening. It's wide open there. I got holes in the side, which they don't make any difference as far as I can tell. If I light this guy up, bro, what up, bro? If I light this guy up, I'll turn it up kind of high. And if I can plug these side holes, and it doesn't make any difference. So they're kind of a waste. But if I try and cap the flame off, you see how yellow it goes, right? Cap the air off. Bro, what's up, buddy? What do you think of my burner, man? That's what I'm thinking of doing for like an intro is just get a close up, maybe right above it, and then light it up and then crank it up. I'll show you Mike's burner. I don't know if bro seen Mike's burner or not. Just got to plug these holes here. Yeah, turn it down. Yeah, man. I just kind of wrote on the tube with a Sharpie what I want it and just drill it out. Maybe quarter-inch spacing. You can crank it up or you tune it down. Yeah. Hey, Carl, what up, man? Just playing with some custom burners, man. Uh, I've been kind of I'm playing around making my own griddles. So I want to make a burner for my griddle, right? Something I can just use on the welding table here, or in the summertime, I can use it on the welding table. But I made it so it fits on my wood stove as well. So just a piece of C channel, 5-inch C channel, and I weld it a couple steel C clamps on the ends. So it fits flat on my wood stove. I was cooking on it last night, and but the C channel gives it some leg, so I'll be able to run it on my table here. That's what I was calling it. This I called my last griddle the scrap stone because it was made out of scrap. Need that N and a T. Yeah. Yeah. A little high there, but real good control over the heat. Try and lower you down a bit there. Yeah, man, just scrap like free material. I mean, it didn't cost me nothing except this you know, I bought like actually I had this valve kicking around. I had to buy a little barb fitting to go into this hose, but just a couple cheap parts there. And then I'm just using scrap tubing and scrap piece of C channel. You got good control over the heat, and I can crank it right up, turn it down like that, maybe. Yeah, and just run it right on my welding table. Right on, Rafael. Take it easy, buddy. I'm gonna be shutting down here in a minute anyway. But yeah, too easy. Anyway, I don't know. I don't see any questions or anything. I just if you're late getting here, I kind of demoed some of the burners earlier, some of the different ones. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too. It's been almost an hour. Roast something up. I was thinking to cook breakfast on it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that live. Be too entertaining. You can try some bacon on there. I might as well use that burner, hey? My gloves. Happy New Year's, man. Hope to see you melting some metal this year, Carl. Carl is the king of the oil burner, so if you haven't checked out his channel, he does waste oil burners. Really awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too. Uh, Go in and grab a coffee and whatever. So, all right, thanks for coming, guys. Take her easy. We'll see you around for sure. Probably gonna do more live streams if I find stuff interesting to do. But yep. Oh, oh no. Yeah, I guess that's the risk of. Did they see something on YouTube or what? I guess that would be the risk of putting crazy stuff on the internet. I was kind of thinking about that myself when I was running a burner in the backyard. Uh, Propane should be safe. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you around for sure. Happy New Year.